This is Thomas Newton, your client advisor here at Mercedes-Benz of Farmington, and I wanted to make a video of the 2006 Bentley Continental Flying Spur that I have behind me. This is an awesome car. I'm going to go into this one in a little bit more detail just because it is, a 12-year-old car, but it does have a lot of technology in it, a lot of features and some extra add-ons that I wasn't even expecting. So I like to do this, number one, for a couple purposes. I feel like if you're just looking at this vehicle online through pictures, probably not getting the whole story. And two, I like to introduce myself so you can kind of put a face to the name and know who you're interacting with here. So let's check it out. All right, first and foremost, we'll do the easy part, which is kind of a 360-degree showing of the vehicle. I'll point out flaws if they exist. Now, this is a 2006, expected to have little scratches and stuff like this from rocks flying up and nicking the paint. That is regular. That is something that you just kind of have to expect with a 12-year-old car. But outside of that, the hood looks really good. It doesn't look repainted or anything like that. The wheels and tires all look like they have a little bit of curb rash right around the edge. It's not a whole lot, and if you're just looking at it from here, you're never going to notice until you look really closely. But something to be aware of. Dents wise, I don't really see anything. I'll continue to kind of go around the vehicle. Everything should look pretty good. It does have summer performance tires. Obviously it is a Bentley, it's going to be pretty powerful. It does have the parking distance control, which is what Bentley calls it, for their proximity sensors for when they're parking. The one other thing that I would like to point out on the exterior is this little reflector light has been damaged, and I'm not sure what our plan is with it, if we're planning on repairing that, but it looks like someone maybe got too close to this piece specifically and it popped out or broke, but that is the one real flaw on the exterior that I noticed. On the inside, I'll show you the interior condition of the vehicle. Door, upholstery all looks very well taken care of. Does have heated and ventilated seats. There's so many different ways to configure the seats. Back here, it's probably more suited to 4 people super comfortably versus 5. Does have separate controls back here. The moonroof. I'll jump in. Seating controls. Obviously, key goes in there if you want to use the key, but most of the time I just use the push button start. Here's sensors. Current odometer right now is 53,955 miles. Here's the center console and display, and this is where it gets interesting. Whoever the previous owner was definitely had some extra goodies in this, in that you see in this one location there's 4 aftermarket things that have been put here. Number one, it says a button that says speak on it. This side is from Alpine. It looks like a volume up or down, as well as a speaker thing. I'm not sure necessarily what this is, as well as a separate Alpine controller. And so this is, some aftermarket goodies. You can also see the remnants up here in that there's been a speaker placed there. A second one placed right up in this corner. And it looks like there was formerly a unit or something, some kind of screen right here. The wiring has been laid down, and the cord actually says Garmin on it. So someone may have had a separate navigation system put in here. The other telling signs that people had extra goodies. Let me go ahead and open the trunk. It looks like in here, obviously we have all of the mats, extra seat cushions, something for Bentley, probably a charging unit with regular wall plug. But on this side, someone has an old iPod that's Velcroed here. I doubt it's still working, but it does say that it's connected to Alpine and has half battery. And if I were to open this little clasp over here, it looks like here's an extra Alpine central controller of saying things that things are plugged into. So I'm not sure which of these things are operational at this moment and which are not. I've tested all of the Bentley controls and they're all working perfectly. Not something that I would be overly concerned with, but maybe the original owner who did have it for 10 years and pretty much was the single owner. Did some things that were useful in 2006 and before. I know that probably most of the things, especially if they're utilizing iPods, are probably less applicable nowadays, but all of the internal Bentley things are fully functioning. Hopefully this has been a good recap of what to expect with this 2006 Continental Flying Spur, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon.